Hello and welcome to Farmspace. It is so close to the Devlan Champagne's auction, and it's happening this Saturday, and it is happening there in Water's Edge at 12 a.m. and I want you to come have a listen on how they've been farming all over. John here has been doing this for 31 years, I think, if I got it down correctly, and I want to find out how does this all come together for him with the limousines and the farm. John, how are you doing?
Oh, well, Tennis, great to have you here.
Yeah, great around here in the Joburg area for a change. You're on your way to the farm now. John, I'm going to start off straight and ask you the hard questions. You're an accountant by trade. That's what you do. It's what you be trained. I don't know an accountant that likes going to go into losses. The farm you've been running, you wouldn't do it if you're not profitable. How are you running a profitable, sustainable farm with the limousines as your focus point?
Good question, Tennis. I think when we originally started, we said it needed to be a lifestyle for Trace and I, a tax break and a capital gain. And those three goals have really worked well for us. But at the end of the day, you have to be sustainable and make a profit.
Yeah.
I think the big turning point for us was when we introduced our pivots. And it took me 15 years to get the water rights right. That was a long, hard journey. But now we've got 2 center pivots, 40 hectares, and that really works well. And that has really bulletproofed our farm in terms of making money and being sustainable. The other thing we've introduced is this regenerative agricultural idea of using electric fences. Landbouw Weekblad and Chris Burgess have really done very well in promoting the regenerative agricultural aspect of it. And we implement all those things. Staffix gives us a little 3,000 Rand sun, solar, electric fence. It's a plug and play thing, and we use about 10 of them all around the farm, and we strip graze our cattle and regenerate the soils. They're a grass cutter, baler, fertilizer maker. We're putting carbon back into the soils. You know, everything works, and it makes sense. Yeah.
John, with the limousines as part of it, you use pivots to plant maize, and the day to get your animals through the winters, to sort of making your own, creating your own feed for the animals running around. Running that type of farm, the amount of limousines on the farm takes good management. You're not there every time, but that management comes down to, at the end of the day, shows in your fertility. In your reproduction.
Yeah.
I think you said last time you've got probably 380 or something average on the farm.
Yeah, we operate between 370 and 380 ICP. So I'm pretty proud of that because we are a fertile herd. What we do for the winter is next week we'll be getting an aeroplane in and be sowing ryegrass and vetch with an aeroplane in between the maize, and we just put 5 mils backwards and forwards, and then we've got round about when we harvest in June we've got this beautiful green feed. We put our cows in using electric fences, separating them. We do, bulls on their own with 25-30 cows, and we separate them and we get them all pregnant. That really helps. And then we're going to, this year, because of the drought that we're experiencing, is on the other pivot, we're going to just take 20 hectares and put the young bulls in there and grow them up, properly.
Properly.
So that'll help as well.
Making sure. Johnny, you always need a plan farming. The limousine breed is on its own for prospective farmers, maybe like yourself, guys that doesn't farm full time. They have different. Is it worth your time? Is it a good idea to start with the limousine as a breed, and why do you think that is?
To be honest, it's a passion. I think it's perseverance. It's hanging in there, because you do, as farmers, have challenges. There's no doubt, and it can be emotionally draining when you lose great animals. But it's really, really rewarding for me to breed a beautiful animal, and seeing the results of how that animal flourishes and how well it does. So we, every year, slowly, little bit by little bit, we're improving the herd and making it better and better and better. And we just refining our the way we do things the whole time. We change continually, and little changes all the time add up to one big change, and eventually you say, wow, we've arrived. And after 35 odd years of farming, when we originally arrived there in 1988, I believe I'm 68 years this year. You know, we've arrived. My original dream and goal is complete.
It's done. John, let's stop quickly at the auction. You start off the auction with a few with an embryo lots, sharing some of the best and well-known genetics in the breed, and making sure people that want to buy in might not be able. If you sell that cow, it's probably going to go for 400,000 or 500,000 rand. Now people can get to that cow, can get to Zurel Italia, get that genetics at the end of the day. So it's almost a genetic sale that you're putting up. I think all of them animals, and that you can say it's a genetic sale. People can buy, they can flush, and they can go forward.
Thank you, Tennessee. We've given our best. We put the best on. Zurel Italia, world champion bull with the limousine breed. Devlan Dreamlike, our top show cow. She's looking magnificent. She'll be available for viewing. And the other interesting thing is the calf, Spectacular, 21169. She'll be there available for viewing. So you can actually see the sire, the dam, and what progeny you can produce.
See what she can do for you.
And she's just calved about in the last week or so. So she's got a small calf. She's been on a P6, but still she looks magnificent. And so there's everything for people to see. That's lot number one. Lot number two is amazing. We've got this bull, Devlan Lake, is a long bull. He's a deep bull. He's a wide bull. He was bred by Devlan Girl, the national champion, and out of a bull 0999. He won his class, a very strong class of 3 to 4 years at nationals in 2013. So those genetics are special. They've really done well for us. Devlan Amazing Grace was sired by Devlan Lake. She'll be available for viewing on sale day. There are many lots on the sale, 20, 21, 22 that are available from Lake. So you can see how he breeds. So that semen share of 20 straws is something to look forward to for the buyers. And then lot number 3 is really a special lot as well. Devlan Amazing Grace, we got embryos from her. She's a powerful cow, bred by Lake, and King. This bull was sold to Danto Dio, Jess Walker. Unfortunately, he's passed on, but he really performed well in the show ring for Jess, as well as he breeds extremely well for us. And their progeny, well, anyone can walk around and see their progeny of King. He's something special.
Yeah.
So 3 top lots.
John, at the end of the day, we bring bulls for the commercial market. Yes, there is some stud bulls, but there's no reason they can't perform a good job for a commercial farmer. The limousine breed has been out in a campaign showing just how well it crosses with different breeds. Is it African breeds? Is it the Brahman? Is it other European breeds? It just does extremely well. Just put on that extra bit of meat everywhere as your ad goes around. A little bit extra meat everywhere is what it's all about when it comes to the limousine. But it isn't that hard muscling anymore. It's that soft, longer, lean muscle that we want. So the guys in the commercial market should come out and get themselves something that's just that 1 or 2 kgs it puts on extra makes a difference at the end of the day.
I don't know if it's 1 or 2, but it's that. 1 plus 1 makes 2.4.
Yeah.
I've always said that. It's 20% more meat, naturally. No hormones, no use of antibiotics. It just does it naturally. It's got this profit gene, F94L profit gene, that naturally crosses so well with our local indigenous breeds. Before we got into the breeding of limousines, we had a limousine bull and crossed it with Brahman cows. And we'd go to a slaughter competition, and I never attended one, but we used to send 5 animals. We used to come back having won this champion slag horse and the best group of 4 every year after year. And there were many good names out there that we were competing against. Hence, I said I don't want to slaughter my animals. I prefer to breed them and sell them. and that's how we got into the stud. Yeah. So it's great crossing. Great crossing.
John, this Friday we come together around 11 o'clock on your farm for viewing. People are welcome. If they need a place to stay, they're welcome to contact you, and there's enough housing for everyone.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure. And then we're going to have some champagne, walk through the animals, and then later on view them from the dam as well.
That's the idea. And it's Devlan Hospitality. We really look forward to welcoming everybody. There's everything's free of charge. Free accommodation, free meals. We're going to have some lovely music for everybody. There's a coffee machine, and we've got a DJ coming out. So it's going to be a festive.
Sounds like fun.
Festive occasion, and hopefully a little bit of champagne and whatever you enjoy. And the cattle are good. Chris Maria, who inspected the cattle, said, John, there's 16 females you must keep. Well, they're on sale. So,
John, good luck. I'm looking forward to the sale, and I'll see you then on Friday.
Thank you very much, Tinus. Thank you.
Okay, there you have it. Make sure you get to the Devlan auction. It's on Water Edge. And if you don't know how to get there, you can contact. All the details will be below on this post. And make sure you do not miss out. It's going to be a fantastic auction. If you can't be there for some ridiculous reason, make sure you bid online with Meerkat online auctions. They will be our online service provider, and they're always proud in what they do. We'll see you there, and it's going to be spectacular.